What's up, guys? What up, though? I am back, better than ever, hopefully, and I'm sharing the very first of my Adulting 101 series. So a while back, I really started this channel to talk about transitioning from college into the real world, and part of that was sharing with you guys a lot of different things that no one really told us about growing up, that you kind of learn the hard way once you're out here. So today I wanted to kind of keep that going, get back to why I really kind of started this channel, and that is just to have a forum to talk, to just share my experiences and hopefully help somebody who's struggling through it to really kind of have that aha moment. So my first video is actually dedicated to paying off your student loans. I am very proud to say that last year, 2016, I paid off all of my student loans. Granted, there's only $30,000 to pay off, but they're all done. And so I really wanted to share today the two things that you absolutely need if you want to have your student loans taken care of. And you're not gonna like me when I tell you what they are, because it is a lot, and I mean a lot, like the advice people tell you when you want to lose weight. And that is discipline and spending less than you make. That's it. I mean, that's literally it. So the very first one is discipline. If you do not have a budget, and if you haven't seen it, budgeting video, check it out. It is actually one of my most popular videos. So if you don't have a budget in place, you're already setting yourself up for failure. But if you can't bring yourself to really follow your budget and have that discipline, it doesn't matter if it's there, because you're not gonna get there to reach your goals of paying off your loans early. So in order to be disciplined, I mean, what does that really mean? I mean, and let's face it, we all struggle with discipline. I mean, I still have cookies even when I'm trying to lose weight. It is what it is. But you have to find some kind of motivation, some kind of big picture, I mean like big picture thing that really keeps you motivated to stay on track and meet your goals. So for me, I did not pay off my student loans as soon as I could have, and that's because I wasn't disciplined. I wanted to take trips to Bonaire. I wanted to continue to be able to shop and do fun things with my friends. If I was really disciplined and really cut back the way I planned to originally, I could have had my student loans paid off in 2015. But the other side to discipline is obviously being realistic. If you know, I mean, you just know you're not going to be able to stop yourself from shopping or whatever your vice is, then budget for it. Add it in your plan. It's perfectly fine. The way this works, just like working out, just like losing weight, is you have to make it work for you. Don't sit there, I'm just going to cut everything out and think that you're going to be able to just cold turkey it. A lot of people fail that way. You need to set up a plan that you know you can be disciplined enough to follow. And that is so big. I mean, so big. If you don't have the discipline, it's not going to happen. It's really not. So the second part, in my case, was spending less than I make. Now, this is not an option for everybody. I understand that. I was very fortunate enough to come out of college and have a really good paying job. But for most people, it is really setting up your budget to spend less than you make, to put extra money towards your loans. If that's not an option, you have to find ways to make more money, and again, be disciplined enough to make sure that extra money is going towards your loans, is going towards paying off that debt, is going towards your financial freedom. It comes back to discipline. You can make all the extra money you want to, but if you decide to, like a lot of people in the refund check, blow it on unnecessary shit, you're not going to pay off your loans, and you're going to have that debt, and you're going to continue to carry that stress with you. So you really have to sit there and not only be disciplined and really come up with a plan where you can cut in your budget, especially if you're looking to spend less. For me, I didn't have cable. I really wasn't traveling a whole lot. I stayed in a cheaper apartment. I kept my old car running as long as humanly possible. And when my car decided to call it quits, I tried to work out so that I would have a very low car payment. So it really comes down to finding where you can kind of cut. So for me, that meant staying, 30, 40 minutes away from work, 30, 40 minutes away from downtown. And that did also help kind of cut down going out all the time and spending money on drinks, on clubs, on clubbing clothes, right? Or going out to eat all the time, because I lived in a smaller place. So I was able to really be more disciplined. So some other things, obviously, that aren't in the main two, but are really important is planning. So part of budgeting is sitting down and knowing where your money is going to, but the other part is if you have refund checks, if you start a side business, if you're getting a bonus, really kind of planning how you want that money to be divvied up. Another thing I really suggest for those of you who just are a little bit lost is reading The Total Money Makeover by David Ramsey. That really helped to put a lot of things in perspective. I wholeheartedly recommend it. It's an 8-step program. That definitely was a real eye-opener for me, and I definitely suggest anybody who just needs a little bit more direction to read that. I will leave a link down below for you guys so you can go and check it out. Again, a really good book. The last thing that definitely I think made a difference, again, obviously finding the motivation to stay disciplined, was having other people, surrounding myself with people who had the similar goals, who were trying to pay off their debts and be responsible. And we're kind of on the same page, because when you have friends who are on the same page, you all kind of understand the whole no spend weekend, or trying to save money up, or trying to get rid of your debt. If you're hanging out with friends who really aren't concerned with that, you're way more likely to be going out all the time, spending money on things you really don't want or need, just because that's the environment you're putting yourself in. Obviously, that's not gonna work for everybody, but that's definitely for me something that really helped, was having friends who understood that struggle, who were on that struggle, so we all kind of helped each other to make that happen. So that is honestly, and again, I know people are gonna be like, that really wasn't helpful, but it really is the same as trying to lose weight. It really comes down to being disciplined and finding a way to spend less than you make, to put that extra money towards your loans, or making more money to put towards your loans. It's really that. It really is that simple. But again, the biggest thing comes down to discipline. I mean, we get caught up in what he has, what she has, and wanting more, and thinking we need all this stuff that we don't actually need, and we end up wasting money on stuff that really could have been put towards getting yourself closer to financial freedom, getting rid of so much stress, and really being able to enjoy a lot more. So I hope that this video was helpful. What I want from you guys, I really want this to be a two-way street. If you have recommendations for those of you who have paid off debt, who are currently paying off debt, tips, comments, whatever you can, leave them for people. Help other people. Let's get through this together. Let us hit financial freedom, and let's just help each other adult. It's a struggle out here, and we're all struggling. So I mean, just help out. If you've got something, share it below. If you know somebody who needs this, share this with a friend. And that's really it. Thanks, guys, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.